Hello, welcome back to the History Geek Teacher vlog. This is episode number 11, and today we're going to talk about some opportunities for you as history teachers for the summer of 2017. Hello, my name is Eric Langhorst. I'm the History Geek Teacher. Happy 2017. I hope that the new year is off to a great start for you. And even though it's January, it's time to start thinking about possible plans for this summer. That's right, summer of 2017. And I want to talk a little bit today about some great opportunities that history and social studies teachers have in the summertime. Now, we all know how crazy things can get during the regular school year, trying to keep up with grading and your content and all those types of things. Summer is a great time for history teachers to really dig into a specific content area, and in some cases even go to physically experience the place that we teach about in our classrooms. I remember watching an interview at one time with historian and author David McCullough, and he talked about the importance of physicality in history. When he's writing a book, when he's doing research, how much better it is for him to really experience that location by being on site. And I can definitely say that in the last 10 years, I've had some unique opportunities to go to some locations, attend some workshops, and I know that when I'm talking about a content area with my students, if I've physically been there, if I've listened to experts, if I've talked to people about that topic, there's so much more that I can bring into the classroom. So what I want to do today is talk about some different experiences, things that you can apply for here in the next several weeks or next several months. But I just want to share a couple of these experiences that I've had, and then also give you some resources where if you want to find some great workshops or content areas that relate to you, that you can go ahead and start planning for the summer of 2017. The first group of workshops I wanted to talk about are from the NIH, the National Endowment for the Humanities, and they have a series of workshops called the Landmarks of American History and Culture. I've been able to attend 2 of these over the years. Back in 2007, I attended one in Philadelphia at the National Constitution Center, and in 2012, I attended one here locally in Kansas City on the border wars and the events leading up to the Civil War. I really enjoyed both of my experiences with the Landmarks of American History workshops. Typically, the format is there are a variety of lectures that go along with the content area. So you have experts in their field, whether they be college professors, authors. They come in and give various types of presentations. And then you also go to different places on field trips that are associated with that content area. So it's a really nice blend of listening to experts, but then also going out and being able to see the physical places that you are talking about during the rest of your day. As you search the list for possible workshops in this category, make sure that you look to see if it is a commuter only or if it provides housing. There are some that are only commuter, so they do not provide any housing, but there are a large number of them that do provide the opportunity to provide housing during the workshop, and they give a variety of different stipends depending on if you are a commuter or non-commuter. Generally, the stipends do cover the cost of travel and the lodging that you will incur as you attend the workshop. When you visit the website that has a listing of all the different Landmarks of American History workshops, one nice thing is that each workshop has its own dedicated web page, and these web pages are really well done. You can go in and look at itineraries. A lot of times there's pictures or videos, descriptions of what some of the previous workshops have been like, so you can get a lot of information from the specific website for that workshop. And the deadline for these is March 1st, 2017 for the workshop that will take place in the summer of 2017. The second category is from Gilder Lehrman. Gilder Lehrman has about 30 different offerings for teachers in the summer. I've been able to attend 2. Back in 2007, I attended one at Gettysburg, and in 2010, I attended one at Mount Vernon. The format for the Gilder Lehrman workshops is very similar to the landmark ones. You have about a week at one specific location, focusing on one content area, and throughout the week you'll have a series of lectures, again, amazing experts, authors, people from museums, and then the other part of the time you will be visiting the places that you're talking about in the lectures. The stipend for the Gilder Lehrman workshops is a little bit different than the landmarked ones. What Gilder Lehrman does is they provide you a travel stipend. So in most cases, that travel stipend is $400, and then room and board is included and provided by Gilder Lehrman. So they don't give you a stipend like the landmarks one for everything. They basically give you one for travel, and then they put you up usually at a campus or location, right there where the workshop is. But it's a little bit different. Do note that if you do want to apply for one of the Gilder Lehrman workshops, that you do have to teach in a school that is a Gilder Lehrman affiliate school. It's not a complicated process to have your school sign up for this. I've done it with our particular building, but you do need to have that done before you apply. And then the deadline for these, if you want to attend a workshop in the summer of 2017, the deadline is February 20th of 2017. My third suggestion for summer workshops is for people that want to really dig deeply into the life of Thomas Jefferson. And if that interests you, I encourage you to apply for the Barringer Fellowship at Monticello. I was able to attend this workshop back in the summer of 2012, and it is a week-long experience with Thomas Jefferson. You are at Monticello, and you are digging deeply into all aspects of Jefferson's life. It's a really, really in-depth experience, and you're able to go behind the scenes and really see a lot of things about Jefferson that you would not get just by visiting Monticello in one day. Monticello provides two opportunities for this workshop. They are both in July of 2017. The stipend includes everything from housing, lodging, food. The educational staff is excellent. They do a great job of helping you out, and they really want to know what they can do to help you in the classroom. If you're interested in this particular opportunity, the deadline to apply is March 15th, 2017. The fourth summer opportunity I'd like to share is from CSPAN. It is the CSPAN Summer Educator Conference, and this is for any 6th grade through 12th grade teacher that teaches civics or government in their classroom. This is a 2-day conference held in Washington, D.C. at CSPAN's headquarters, and you are spending 2 days essentially looking at all the different resources that CSPAN has to offer you to help teach government and civics in your classroom, and then also an opportunity for you to bounce ideas off of the CSPAN education staff. I was fortunate to be able to attend this conference in the summer of 2013, and obviously as kind of a geek and a history, political science type guy, it was a great mashup of seeing some technology in the studios, finding out about all the resources, and it really almost takes like 2 days to really discover all of the resources that CSPAN has available for teachers, and you're in the heart of DC. It's just a great overall conference. I was able to meet Brian Lamb that summer, and that was a great experience in itself. If you're selected for this particular conference, CSPAN pays for your travel, your lodging, your expenses while you're there for 2 days. Currently, as I tape this, they do not have the applications up online. It says on the website they'll be available in February of 2017 for the conference that'll take place in the summer of 2017. The next opportunity is for any teacher that wants to find out a little bit more about one of my favorite founding fathers, George Washington. Mount Vernon has a wide range of opportunities for teachers. First, I want to tell you a little bit about the summer residential programs. Over the past several years, I've been really fortunate to spend several different experiences at Mount Vernon learning a little bit more about Washington. And one of the things I love about Washington is all the different complexities that he has, whether it's as a leader, as a politician, as a business person. And so what Mount Vernon has done this summer is you will focus one particular week on an aspect of either life at Mount Vernon or the life of Washington. So for example, 1 week is devoted just to the issue of slavery at Mount Vernon. 1 week will focus on Washington as a business person and an entrepreneur. One will focus on Martha Washington and the role of women in that era. So if you want to dig into Washington or Mount Vernon, you have the opportunity to really learn from experts and dig deeply into that particular aspect of Washington's life. If learning more about Washington interests you, go ahead and check out the website. They'll give specific dates for what time periods are talking about specific topics. The summer residency program at Mount Vernon has some different qualifications for teachers based off of what state you come from. So it depends a little bit as far as funding and stipend, depending on where you're coming from and what different types of funding is available. But go ahead and check those out. The deadline for the summer residential programs at Mount Vernon is coming up soon, though. It is January 31st. So if this interests you, go ahead and check that out and decide which one best suits your interest. An additional opportunity that exists at Mount Vernon is the Lifeguard Teacher Fellowship Program. So this is more of an independent study type of situation, much more in depth. If you're selected for this, you will spend from 1 to 3 weeks at Mount Vernon. You'll be able to stay at the DeVos House, which is a newly constructed residency that is right next to the new library. And you propose an idea for a lesson or an activity. And then while you are there at Mount Vernon, you have access to their library staff, their resources, and you are able to work at the library and work with the staff at Mount Vernon. It's an incredible experience. I was able to do this in the summer of 2015, and it was probably one of the best experiences of my life. People ask me what it was like, and to be honest, it's kind of like living at the castle at Disneyland. If you're a history geek, you are able to be there. You have access to everything. The staff is just amazing. They do whatever they can to help you out, and you are really able to kind of slow down and dig deeply into whatever you want to study about George Washington. I'm currently working on the lesson that I created. It's a lesson or an activity to teach students about archaeology through the slave cemetery site at Mount Vernon. While I was there for several weeks in the summer of 2015, I was able to not only work with the library staff, but I was also able to work for several days at the archaeological site and be able to dig and find out a little bit more about the science of archaeology. It was an amazing, amazing experience. They do provide different stipends for travel, lodging. There's a lot more details on the website. If you are curious about this particular opportunity, the deadline for this particular opportunity is February 28th, 2017, and then you are the one that is able to kind of schedule when you want to be at Mount Vernon at some point in the next year or so. The final opportunity I wanted to share with you today is more of an internationally flavored one. It is a teacher fellowship from the Kiza Koho Center. It is a trip to Japan to find out a little bit more about Japanese culture. This particular program has been sending American and Canadian teachers to Japan since 1980. I was a participant in 2011. I was one of 10 teachers. We spent 2 weeks in Japan. We spent time in Kyoto, Osaka, Hiroshima, Tokyo. We visited several different schools. We talked to business leaders, toured factories, went to historical sites. One of the highlights was probably spending 2 days with a host family where you're really able to experience what it's like to live in Japan. It was an amazing, amazing experience. The deadline for this particular opportunity is February 13th of 2017, and the trip to Japan takes place in June and July of 2017. All expenses are paid for by the center. So there you have a sampling of some of the opportunities available this summer if you teach history or social studies. Now, if I did mention a stipend or a deadline, if you're interested in that particular program, be sure to check out the website for up-to-date information. Sometimes things change, and I'm not 100% guaranteeing any of the information that I talked about. Go ahead and make sure you go right to the source and find out if you have any questions. To find information about any of the programs that I just mentioned, you can go to our website. That is www.historygeekteacher.com. And I also want to share a link on there that came to my attention recently in the past week or so. It is a Google Doc that is currently being populated by, I believe, the State Social Studies association directors, and it is currently a listing of over 60 different opportunities for teachers for the summer of 2017. I will also include that link on the website. I'm assuming that will probably be updated on a continual basis, and there are a lot of additional opportunities that I did not specifically talk about in this vlog that are available for teachers in the summer of 2017. Good luck to everybody applying for summer opportunities. I've applied to many of these that I have not been accepted to, so I didn't include the long list of rejections that I've also had in trying to get into some of these workshops. So if it doesn't work out for you this summer, go ahead and try next year. And if you do get accepted to any of these workshops, I would love to hear about it. Go ahead and email me. I did a presentation on these different opportunities at our state social studies convention probably 4 or 5 years ago, and it was a great pleasure for me to hear that one of the people that was at my session applied for the trip to Japan and was accepted the next year, and she was telling me all about her amazing adventures and what type of trip she had. So definitely spread the news, let other people know. We're very fortunate as history teachers that there's a lot of opportunities out there, and you meet amazing people. I think that one of the great benefits of going to one of these workshops is the people that you meet. I think about a lot of people that I've met on my various workshops, the trip to Japan. We still stay in touch on Facebook, the resources that I talk to, and the people that give these workshops as well. I constantly keep in touch with the people at Monticello and Mount Vernon, some of the different museums that I've worked with. So good luck if you're applying. Let me know if you do make it. And until next time, don't forget, history is so much more than just a bunch of boring old dead guys. We'll see you soon. Thanks.